Hello, Yudhishthir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good as well. Thank you for being here. As you know, we are here for an interview for our new media
Yeah.
program. We have the subject new media operations, where
hmm
we learn about the passions and strengths and values in our work that kind of helps us understand us more personally, and that helps us grow professionally and be able to make informed decisions about the career. So for this
All right.
purpose, we are trying to meet with similar professionals from our own field and trying to interview them to learn from their experiences. So I want to thank you again for your time, and without further ado, let's get started. So,
All right.
Yudhishthir, how about start with introducing yourself? Oh, tell
Okay.
me something about your personal life, professional life. What do you do? How long have you been doing it? And
Okay.
yeah.
So, my name is Yudhishthir. I work as a full stack developer by profession and working on both front end and back end to create dynamic websites. All
Okay.
right. So, I mostly lean towards back end because I particularly don't like writing too much CSS, but I do enjoy it sometimes.
Got it.
And personally, I'm known among peers as someone who's approachable, who's collaborative, who's confident and passionate in turning innovative ideas to reality. And
Amazing.
I've been working as a full stack engineer in the technology Ruby on Rails for more than 3 years now.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So how about your team structure? Could you tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. So my team basically it comprises of the project manager who oversees the project and how it is going to be uh, completed by the deadline date. And apart from that, we have a business analyst who make out the requirements for the project, and like he creates the wireframes, and after that the wireframes are then passed to the designer, and the designers eventually design the website according to the client's preference. And then after these things are done, it then moves to the development phase, so where front end and back end developers, individual and some even full stack developers start working on the project. And where this is where I step in mostly. I work as a backend as the prominent technology for me, and I even have a few interns under me working in the same project. So my role is to designate tasks to them as well. So, and after the development phase, it then goes to the quality assurance phase where our QA they verify the website is working as per industry standards. Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, it comprises of the complete software development lifecycle. So there are different ways to manage the project as well. There's waterfall model, there's agile model. We have daily stand-ups to meet the goals and created agendas for the day.
Oh, that sounds like
Yeah,
a business setup. So,
yeah.
what exactly does your company does?
Okay, so my company provides software services to different businesses.
Okay.
So whenever a businessman or woman has an idea going on in their head, and they want the product to be developed, so they approach companies like ours.
Okay, all right. So,
Yeah.
so since we talked about the team structure and the kind of work that your company does, how about like how does your role fit into this whole structure?
Okay, so I work mostly as a backend developer, but I also work on the front end of the project. So I'm since I'm a full stack engineer, so I also act as a bridge between the two. So that's my role in the development part. And apart from that, I usually give feedbacks around the designs and the product requirements according to the client's needs.
Oh, got it.
And even we even test the product after it is developed, so that is done in the dev testing phase.
Got it.
Yeah.
So what do you like the most in your work, and what's the worst part?
Okay, so I enjoy writing code in general, and the most rewarding part of my job is seeing the projects come to life, and knowing that it will impact the users directly, and even it will impact the user experience directly. Every solved bug, or a new feature, or even a positive feedback from the client is like a testament to the effort invested.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and at the same time, the constant need to learn new technologies and stay ahead of the industry trends. This keeps me on my toes. So I balance it out by prioritizing my tasks, taking short breaks to recharge, and engaging in continuous self improvement through online courses and even community discussions.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, how did you come to know about the work that you're doing? Did you always want to do this, or you're just winging it as you go?
As far as I can say, I'm winging it as of now. I got introduced to this technology in my first job right after the college,
Okay.
and after that, I had this whole uh, journey where there were a lot of ups and downs. I didn't know if I want to stick to this technology or not because you see how the market trends are. So I finally realized that I should like focus on one thing and one thing solely. That's why I mostly lean towards the backend part, even in my full stack tech stack.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
could you just walk us through your education, your passion, and the guidance that you received in your career journey?
All right. So my academic background in computer science, it laid the basic foundation, the core foundation for my technical skills. And while continuous self-learning and real-world experiences have honed my experience as well, and the passion I have for coding, I combined with the mentorship I got from a lot of people from the industry, and has basically shaped my career as of now.
Okay. Well, what's
Yeah.
your passion? What's the passion side of it?
Okay, so I enjoy learning things, everything computer science. So
Okay.
basically, when I first got introduced to the binary system back in school days, I was intrigued. I was always intrigued by it, and when I came to know how the data is processed using just zeros and ones, and how even the conversation that we are having online through this FaceTime, that also like
It's
is
all
all
zero
zeros
and
and ones. So
one.
it
Yeah,
it it like take your brains to different dimensions. So
that's so
I love
true.
that part, exploring different technologies and how things work. Somebody must have like worked so hard, thought so hard to build this. That's what
Wow.
intrigues me.
This is actually really fascinating a fact for me too. Like it's
Yeah,
all zeros and one, and
yeah,
I mean for each language you have so many letters, alphabets, so many sounds to remember.
yes,
And this language is totally different. So what other
yes, indeed.
languages do you know other than Ruby on Rails?
Okay, so apart from Ruby on Rails, I work with JavaScript, which is like you can't avoid it since you're working with the web development, because it's the uh, programming language that's totally based in browsers. So apart from that, I write markup languages. I write style sheet languages, basically HTML, and sometimes I have to write XML, maybe even import export some JSON file. So it's all related, and
So how do you generally work with designers?
okay. So whenever the project requirements are like finalized and the wireframes are made, the designers they start working on the design part of the website. So that's when the communication between development and designers is really mandatory, or if I must say, it's really needed at that point. Why? Because sometimes designers don't know how development is going, how development works behind the scenes. So they just create user experiences and user interfaces based on their experience. So sometimes it's like required to talk to a developer to get their insight if that feature that we've estimated for some for some timeline if it's going to be completed according to the current UI that we are designing or not. So that's when developers have to interact with the designers. And since I have had a lot of design exposure because of you, definitely, I've learned Photoshop because of you. So that's why it like triggered a creative side of me. So I enjoy giving feedback to the design team wherever I can.
So, what is the gap that you find that can be filled between designers and developers?
Okay, so one thing that I feel sometimes is that if designers knew a little bit of development, they would understand how it works under the hood. So the designs that they would create would be far uh, easier to integrate in the system because they know how it works under the hood. So even sometimes complex designs are also required. So that totally depends on the client since I'm in a service based industry. But it like it would give a different perspective to the designer to have that understanding of how the development goes.
That's
Yeah,
true. That is so true because as I'm learning development with the design background, I think that now I can do so much more with the learnings that I've got in my own design field. That's like magic.
yeah, yeah,
Thank you for your insights. I
yeah.
would like to ask you a few more questions. And how about we start with what's the best part of your job and what's the worst part of your job?
Okay, so uh, the most rewarding part is seeing projects come to life and knowing that your work is directly going to impact the user experience. And sometimes there are bugs that you get introduced to and they don't get solved right away. So you need to take a step back and, clear the mind and then get back to it. And it sometimes it gets resolved after that eventually. So I enjoy that part the most. Also, like new feature and getting client feedback and positive feedback. In fact, that also feels like the most rewarding part. And the thing at the same time, I feel the constant need to learn new technologies and stay ahead of the industry trends keeps me on my toes. So I balance these challenges by prioritizing my tasks for the day, taking short breaks to recharge, and continuously engaging in self improvement courses through online courses, and basically even getting involved in community discussions and reading community discussions if not getting involved.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
really good source of information. I also
yeah,
like to explore online articles, and I also like to watch like YouTube videos where I can learn
yeah,
about design, watch some trends of the year, be it web design or be it in graphic design. So that's like
yeah.
really helpful for me. So my next question is, where do you get your inspiration in your work life?
Okay, so I get inspired mostly by the people who like to think out of the box. So, like, they don't go by the trends always. So they like to think, like to make their own way to solve some things. So there's this colleague in my uh, office. So they I've like interacted a few times. We worked on a few projects together. So the way he approaches the problems and how he like solves the problems in general, thinks about problem solving, that really fascinates me how he thinks. So I caught up a lot of tips and tricks from him. So that's where the mentorship and the uh, guidance that really helps the part.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, learning from people is also one of my best part. I have
yeah,
learned so much from my classmates. I can't tell you enough. But maybe
that's
that's
good.
a conversation for a later day.
Yeah,
And okay, so I have two questions left now, and these are really important for the industry, and I want you to give
okay,
your best shot for it. And
okay.
how about some networking questions. How do you like to network? How has it impacted your work and career journey? And
Okay.
have you made any connections that have helped you in growing in your own career?
Yeah, so I enjoy networking a lot. I because I'm an extroverted person. I enjoy meeting new people, and obviously I network professionally through developer communities and even platforms like GitHub and LinkedIn. So these connections have been invaluable to me, providing me mentorship opportunities a lot of times and insights in the emerging trends that are there in the world as of now. And networking not only helped me stay updated with the industry shifts, but also it helped me collaborate with people a lot of times. I even got my recent job through a network I connected with through LinkedIn, and I've been working here since then.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Since we now know that how you got your latest job, what about the first job that you got? How did you get that?
Okay, so the first job that I got was directly from the campus placement that my college had the program going on for, and I went to the interview. I got a few people got selected. I went for another round, and they liked my work and whatever I have done till college. So the projects that I made, so that's why they like hired me for that first job. That's,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So finally, we come to our last question,
Yeah.
and I would like to know what advice would you give to someone who's looking to make a career in your field?
Okay. Okay. So for those looking to build a career in web development, I would advise you to never stop learning. Dive deep into the concepts that you're learning. Maybe through articles, maybe through reading community discussions, maybe even browsing the documentation. So build projects. Never give up before getting your hands dirty. Don't shy away from tackling different challenges. That is the must of like learning web development. You'll be stuck in a tutorial hell forever. You'll feel like it, but eventually you'll have to build some real life projects. Maybe some small projects here and there, and that would like getting your hands dirty would make you understand concepts like to depth. That's what I feel. And seek mentorship whenever possible. Always be open to feedback. Never feel offended when if somebody is giving you negative feedback or whatnot. And if it's these habits that set you apart in a competitive field.
That's amazing. And
Yeah.
what advice would you give yourself, your younger self, like somebody who was like 5 years younger than you?
Yeah. So I would say start now.
Oh.
That's the only thing I would like to say. I uh, procrastinated a lot throughout my life. I should have stopped it sooner and like worked on it because I enjoy working. I enjoy my field. I love the programming field, and so that's why I feel you might get introduced to something that you love until you don't work on it, you may not find it. So to find it, you'll have to like work, do something, do whatever you like, and maybe you'll find your passion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great advice. I want to really thank you for your time, and I'm really happy for it. I'm really happy about this interview, and I'm really grateful that you
Yeah,
took some time out from your
definitely.
work to be able to be a part of this interview. I want to thank you for that, and
Yeah, happy to help.
I hope everybody enjoyed this interview. Do you have any
Yeah.
last words that you would like to say before we end this conversation?
Just don't quit learning. Take whatever you can grab. All
Okay,
right.
that's awesome.
That's about it.
That's
All right,
lovely.
thank you. Have a good day.
Good day. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye.